What's up everybody, welcome to our West USA National Park road trip. I'll guide you through our journey from San Francisco to Yosemite and Sequoia National Park, through the Valley of Fire, into the canyon of Zion National Park, to the Antelope Canyon in Arizona, and back to the West Coast riding our way through Highway 1. And because there's way more you can visit on a West USA road trip, stay with me because at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you many more travel destinations you can combine with this route, like Horseshoe Bend, Monument Valley, The Wave, Death Valley, and more. But for now, let's take it to the very beginning in San Francisco and dive into the detailed driving routes, maps, places to stay, and all the must-dos on this 14-day adventure. Let's go! We started our journey with a one-day sightseeing tour in San Francisco. Our Airbnb was located in Millbrae, so we hopped on a BART train which took us right into San Francisco downtown. We got off at Embarcadero and started our walk through the city, passing by Pier 39, the Sea Lions, Fisherman's Wharf, the Golden Gate Bridge of course, Lombard Street, and Coit Tower. More places to see would be Chinatown, the Painted Ladies or Alamo Square, but they're a bit further away, and keep in mind that San Francisco is full of hills, so basically you're constantly hiking up and down steep roads. We did our city tour entirely by foot, but you can also drive, rent bikes, or use the iconic cable cars. But be aware that the Golden Gate Bridge can only be reached by car, foot, or bike, not by public transportation. After a good night's sleep, we drove about 4 hours right into the Yosemite Valley. Even on the arrival day, we hiked to the lower Yosemite Falls and caught the sunset at the spectacular Yosemite Tunnel view. We stayed overnight at Big Trees Lodge in Wawona, about 45 minutes from the Yosemite Valley. If you're lucky or book way in advance, you might find a place right in the valley, but otherwise hotels are very rare here. Because we're staying here for only 1.5 days, depending on your mood, you might start the day even before sunrise and catch the sunrise views on one of the peaks here in the national park. Other than that, must-sees of Yosemite are certainly Tunnel View, Glacier Point, Lower and Upper Yosemite Falls, and the Mariposa Grove to see giant sequoia trees. We spent the first whole day hiking up to Glacier Point to see the stunning views of Half Dome and a 360-degree view of the whole valley. We spent our second half day in the Mariposa Grove to see sequoias and went on a guided tour through the grove with a ranger, which I can really recommend. After Yosemite, we drove south to the Sequoia National Park. That's where the really big trees are. We stay here for another 2 days, and must-sees are Morro Rock, Tunnel Log, and all the special giant sequoias that hold any kind of world record, like biggest volume, highest weight, biggest diameter, and so on, like for example General Grant or Sherman Tree. Again, like in Yosemite, hotels right in the park are very rare and at high demand. You'll have to book way in advance. If everything is full, try to find something between Exeter and Bakersfield, California. Day 7 is literally a road trip. We spent around 7 hours on the road from Sequoia National Park all the way east to Zion in Utah. But on the way, about 1 hour from Vegas, you'll have to take a small detour through Valley of Fire in Nevada. As soon as you exit the interstate, a lonely road is going to lead you right into the red and hot Valley of Fire. You can basically drive through the valley and pull over at any place you want to. The views, especially in late afternoons, are amazing. Because we're heading into Zion National Park the next day, it's best to stay overnight in St. George or Hurricane, Utah, if you didn't find anything right in the Zion Canyon. We're spending another 2 days here in Zion, and all I can say is that if you're willing to take a little risk and you dare to climb Angel's Landing, you just have to do it. Otherwise, basically every single hiking path in the Zion Canyon is a great option. I recommend to visit the visitor center at the beginning of the day and get yourself a map with all the hiking paths in the canyon. We managed to hike almost all of them in 2 days and can recommend everything. I mean, just take a look at these pictures. Now the time has come for probably the most magical place on this journey, Antelope Canyon. In between Zion and Antelope Canyon, we stayed near Kanab, Utah to save time driving to the canyon the next morning. You have to book tours in Antelope Canyon in advance. Guided tours in Upper and Lower Antelope Canyon are offered throughout the day. I'll explain the differences of the upper and lower in a different video, but we booked our tour in both canyons and enjoyed them both a lot. It's hard to describe the canyons. The best fitting word for this is unbelievable. If you're lucky in the morning and the sun is shining, you'll see the sun rays in the canyon. It's nothing but magical. You have to experience this once in your lifetime. Because the next day is again gonna be a road trip back to the west coast, I'd recommend to stay near St. George for a night again after Antelope Canyon. And after a full day of driving, you'll see the beautiful blue Pacific again. We spent a night in San Luis Obispo, California, but a hotel in any place near the coast would be fine. From San Luis Obispo on, we drove up the Highway 1 coastal road towards San Francisco. Like in the Valley of Fire, you can pull over as many times you want if there's parking space and enjoy the coastal views. You can also start hiking into one of the hiking paths for like 20 minutes just to get the view from a higher perspective. Because our flight was in the afternoon and we wouldn't make it back all in time in one day, we spent the night in Monterey, California before departing the day after. Our incredible 14-day trip ended in the airport in San Francisco again, but we're definitely gonna come back. There is so much more to see, even a lot more destinations to explore along the same driving route. If we had a bit more time, we'd definitely stop at Monument Valley, Bryce Canyon or The Wave in Utah, Grand Canyon and Horseshoe Bend in Arizona, Arches National Park, Joshua Tree National Park, Death Valley, and also Pfeiffer Big Sur and Redwood National Park in California. And even that's not all. Maybe we'd also spend the night wasting our money in Las Vegas or spend another day in Los Angeles and drove along the coast over there. If time was endless, the options would also be. But for now, that was a quick overview of our amazing 14-day Western USA National Park tour. I'll post more videos with more information to the individual places in the future and hope to see you there too. Thanks for watching and see you next time. I hope you liked my video and it helped you a lot. Apart from making videos, I also have an online shop since 2016 selling special printed t-shirts with motivating quotes on them. It would make me really happy if you gave my shop a visit. The shirts are printed with a unique printing technique, so you can't feel the print on the shirt, even though it's there and you see the picture in high resolution and bright shining colors. It's something special you won't see on the streets every day, and I'd love to share it with you too. I'll have the link in the description. Thank you.